Welcome to the stream. Today we're doing some beaters practice with the usual beaters list. Nothing special. We have added the Nissa's back just to test it out how it performs. I think it's a worthwhile card, so we'll definitely test it out more today. The thing that we dropped to include Nissa was one Avatar and one Ozolith. I think even though there is a lot of blue-white running around, we can opt out for more speed, and this way we don't need all three Ozoliths, since having two in hand would be a dead card. As for the sideboard, I'm debating whether I should be running Golgari Charms or maybe going for a Heroic Intervention. But for now we're keeping Golgari Charms in. And with this said, just a reminder, you can find the deck list anytime on your right around here, and you should be able to see the actual current deck list that we are playing today. As for the up here on the right, you can see that we have a goal, and that goal is to let us play the new Absent scales that we tested before in MTGO at the release of the new set. And as soon as we reach that goal, we'll be able to play the deck as soon as it gets released. So let's go ahead and jump to the match. Also, the Core 21 set has been fully spoiled already, so all the cards have been spoiled and you can see them online. There hasn't been anything interesting spoiled, a lot of reprinted uncommons, commons, and a couple of new ones, but nothing really big and worth spending time discussing. There's also a new spoiler season sort of opening with the new Jumpstart set, but as far as I know, it's not Pioneer legal. Alright, we're going first. Very sad hand. A lot of lands, no beaters turn 1, no scales either, so definitely a mulligan. Still 4 lands, but this is a little bit better. We'll keep this and we'll put a swamp on a bomb. Just waiting for the opponent to see if he decides to take the mulligan or not. We'll start off with the usual experiment 1 on turn 1. Getting a hardened scales or the wine constructor next turn would be great. Spire Bluff Canal. We could see our experiment 1 getting slashed. Okay. Stonecold Serpent. Let's pass the turn. Seems like we were playing against blue-red Phoenix. Opponent passes the turn. We got a Winding Constructor. This could get countered. Maybe. Seems good. Let's go ahead and tag opponent for 2. Could play the second Stone Cold right now, and that's gonna enter with 2 counters, and I'm not looking for that, so I would just attack for 2 and pass here. I'd like the Stone Cold to be a 4/4, hopefully next turn, so that we can block the Phoenixes if needed. Also, we haven't seen a thing of it in ice, so that's good. Ironcrack Pyromancer. Slightly short to remove that, but we have Hardened Scales. Let's see. If we draw a land next turn, we should be able to remove the Ironcrack Pyromancer. Hopefully. For now, we'll get a Stone Cold with X equals 4. Our Wine Constrictor is gonna die next turn, probably. We'll attack here. Only 2 damage is gonna go through, unfortunately. Electrostatic Field. Thrill of Possibilities, so the opponent is going to target the Wine Constrictor with the 3 damage here, and we will also take 1 in the face. Okay. There's still a chance that we can bait with attacking with both and then dropping the Overgrown Tomb into Voracious Hydra and still killing the Pyromancer. So I'll go ahead to combat and attack with both of these. He likes to keep the Ironcrack Pyromancer here, which is understandable. Takes 4 though. And on the other hand, we could play Hydra and go double the counters, which is going to make it pretty big threat. And I think that's what I'm going to try to go for here. A big Trampler is going to be hard to deal with, especially since he only can do 3 damage per turn, since this ability triggers only once. He can kill the Stone Cold Serpent this turn, but then his 0/4s can really block the damage coming through, and he will definitely have to set up the blocks. Taps 5. 4. Okay, so Bedlam Reveler. That's fine. We are taking 3 here. And then it's our turn. We got a forest. Not the best draw. Could attack with both. Stonecold is not gonna die anyways. He has to block the Hydra and the Serpent. Or one of them. And if we attack with all 3, he'll probably block the small Stonecold Serpent with the Bedlam Reveler. Which means we can see a block on Voracious Hydra and will deal around 7 damage this turn only. If we attack just with 2, I don't see a reason leaving the Stonecold Serpent behind, the small one, just because it's gonna die to Ironcrag Pyromancer next turn, but this could potentially grab the 3 damage away from us. So let's just attack with these 2. Force them to set up the blocks. So losing the Bedlam Reveler and Electrostatic Field. Guess not. Okay. Opponent down to 3. Second Ironcrag. We could take 6 or even 7 damage here. Seems like we're taking 7 in the face. Still at 3, so the Wild Slash is not gonna do it. Okay. So now we need to draw a Ballista and that should be it. Otherwise we are forced to attack with all of these. Got a Rishkar. That should potentially do it. Or you have to force him to block with all of these. Let's play Rishkar. We'll definitely put counters on the... Oh, that's gonna do it. That was close. Had one more opt, which on our turn unfortunately is gonna trigger both of these again. Well, I thought it should have triggered. Whenever you draw a second card each turn, well, oh, never mind. I'd considered the first card since this turn he didn't draw any other cards. So I got this one. That was great. The game 2, I feel like we should be playing Thoughtseizes with the knowledge that he is playing a lot of creatures that are dealing passive damage, so grabbing those would be pretty good. Fatal Push is also okay. I don't want to play Durazes here, and Golgari Charms also doesn't quite look good here. Dampen Spheres are nice though. And what are we gonna take out? Well, for taking out, we can use I like the Stone Calls. I like the avatars here. Scavenging is also okay. Being on the draw, I think it's worth dropping 1 Pelt Collector. Maybe even 2. I don't want to leave my Experiment ones in for the protection. Also on the draw, I will drop 1 Hydra. That's an efficient removal, but I do have Fatal Pushes that I add in. And it's pretty hard to get Hydra quickly to 4 counters to be able to fight those big walls that he has. I maybe drop Nissus here. I could go down to 2 avatars only. Nissus don't actually do much since she can be targeted and the plants are killed pretty easily. So I think we'll just go this way, add in 4 1-drops and 2 Dampen Seers. Being on the draw and able to Thought Seize the opponent is pretty strong. Alright, we got Experiment 1 to Winding Constrictor into Avatar, and to finish off with Ballista. Can't complain, don't have any sideboard cards here, but it is still okay. It's definitely a keep. We got all the lands we need, not gonna even take damage from those. So this should be good, and we also got a Rish card on top of that. So let's play Experiment 1. He doesn't have a red source, so it's not gonna get killed this turn. Probably just an opt or something like that. If it's gonna get killed next turn, so be it. If not, we play Constrictor and it's a 3/3. Two mana. Storm Chaser Mage. That's fine. This is actually okay. We're gonna take 1 here, but the Experiment 1 survives and we can put some early pressure on him. Okay. So we got a Woodland Cemetery. Let's play the Winding Constrictor. And we'll attack him for 3. Pass the turn. Probably gonna take some damage here, but nevertheless, we can get some damage through as well. So we'll take 3 total damage here, down to 16. And he will have a 0/4 field, which is a problem to get through, but we have Rishkar lined up next turn, allowing us to place counter on the Winding Constrictor and Experiment 1. Both of these are going to become 4 power. One of them is going to be 5 power. No trample though. But it's still okay. I think we're going to be pretty fine with the hand we have right now. Another Woodland Cemetery. Seems good. Let's play a Rish card. Putting counters on both of these. Just because I can attack with Experiment 1, I could put counters on the Rish card so that my avatar is going to enter pretty big next turn. But I guess right now for me, important part is actually being able to attack through the electrostatic field. And dealing 9 this turn will be pretty big. So let's go to combat, attack for 9. See if he decides to block this, otherwise he's on a 2-turn clock. And with Avatar coming in next turn, we should also grow our Experiment 1. Severed Visions. Well, we're going to be able to empty our hand pretty quickly next turn, so it's not going to deal damage to us. And we should be winning next turn anyways, with a single blocker and a Ballista in hand. There should be no reason for him to win. Shouldn't be able to get away. Alright. So I'm gonna play a Forest here. Let's play a Ballista for 1. We got it. He knows he cannot, even without the Avatar, we still have enough damage to actually kill him. Alrighty. Pretty good game 1. I had no doubt we can do it. We didn't see Phoenixes, so I think it was just prowess and spellcaster. Let's go ahead and start game 2. So far so good. We got our second game here. Match 2. We're gonna play first again. We got 2 lands. Unfortunately, one of them is gonna be a tap land. But we do have Pelt Collector and 2 Hardened Scales, which overall is not bad. So I'll keep this. We'll start with a Land Over Waste into Pelt Collector. Even if he has Thoughtseize, he's not going to be able to grab both of these, but I would rather want to be able to have my Pelt Collector on the board. Opponent is mulliganing down to 6. Alright, so Land Over Waste. See, the opponent is playing the Yorion. So this is a pretty good start with playing Pelt Collector. I'm happy about that. Hopefully we draw a Forest. If we draw a Forest, we should be able to play Hardened Scales into Stonecoil, into Pelt Collector, and then Hardened Scales Avatar. That would be the best right now. Oh, second Hardened Scales. Well, it's not that bad, so we'll play the second Hardened Scales. Only attacking for 1 here. Although, next turn, if we draw a land once again, we'll be able to drop 2 Hardened Scales and a Stonecoil on top of that. Opponent is playing Deathrite Shaman, and doesn't seem like he has another land. And we got a Walking Ballista. I do want to play my Scales here into a Serpent though, because I want to be able to attack him. So let's play Stonecoil Serpent. Can attack and we already have Trample. So opponent down to 15. Really need that third land here though. No lands from opponent, only 1 land. He kept a really bad hand. And surprisingly I've only seen green and black, so I'm not sure why he's playing Yorion. Could be Sultai. But then it's a really questionable hand that he kept. Got another Woodland Seminary. Still too slow. I want to play Ballista here though, even though we don't have another Hardened Scales on the field. Just because next turn we can drop Avatar after we put another Hardened Scales into the field. So it should be pretty close to a good game. Let's go ahead and attack. I'm not gonna use my Ballista to kill either of these. I'm just gonna attack through for 7. He should be setting up blocks, otherwise he's gonna be pretty dead next turn. Alright, so block here, still gonna hit him for 4. I could kill the Shaman right now, just so he doesn't get a life and potentially more mana. I think it's decent to remove that, this way he is helpless and punished for keeping one lander. Tapland. Seems good. He has to pass. And this is our time to shine. We got a Rishkar. I don't really want to play Rishkar here though. Let's play this into Avatar and that should be a good game. Thought Collector alone is going to attack for 8. Then we have 4 more damage coming from these two, plus 1 more from Ballista, so that's definitely a game. Unless he has a removal spell to kill Thought Collector, which I doubt. Should have done it long ago. So sideboard, we don't really know what opponent is playing, so Thoughtseize is great in that. We've seen the 1-drops here, so we could play Fatal Pushes. Although I think we can get over these pretty easily. Seen some graveyard interaction too, so maybe Soul Guide Lantern is not bad, but we have Scavenging Oozes just in case. So we'll stick with that. Maybe Assassin's Trophy, since probably he's going to be playing big stuff he's trying to ramp. Maybe play Duress as well, since we are in the draw. I think that's the best bet, playing Duresses and Thoughtseizes, not putting in anything else. We have enough removal for the creatures. We have life gain, we have graveyard control sort of here as well. And as for what we're actually planning to drop, opponent is in green-black at the very least, so maybe Stonecoil Serpent is not such a great idea to play here. Just gonna eat Fatal Pushes. Being on a draw, I do like to drop a couple of these for the Thoughtseizes. And I'll go down to 1 Ozolith. I'm not sure what opponent is playing actually, fully. So Ozolith might be a dead card in this matchup. Alright, so we got pretty decent mana base here. We got 2 Vine Constructors, Ballista, and a Rishkar. Seems slow, but we are on the draw, so we should not forget that. And I'll try to keep this. Hand is not bad at all. If opponent's deck is performing as expected, we should be seeing 1-drop into 2 lands. But it seems like it's Guildgate, so I'm not sure what actual opponent is playing. Maybe it's just some casual brew, also possible. We'll play the Tomb tapped and just pass the turn. We drew another land, so can't really do anything in turn 1. Not great. Seen a lot of Guildgates. Could be the Guildgate deck, which makes me worried about the board wipes. Alright, so now we can play either Blooming Marsh or Woodland Seminary. I definitely want to play Blooming Marsh first, into a Widen Constructor. And then next time we can play a Woodland Seminary into another Widen Constructor, I guess. Or we could play Rishkar to get more damage through early on. Make sure they don't get killed from the board wipe based on the lands. Gates Blaze, I believe it's called. think that's actually a great idea to do. We are missing out on the counters that we can put on Ballista, but that's okay. Yeah, it seems like it's a gate stack. So we got a Gatebreaker Ram. If we put counters on the one Constructor, we should be able to attack with it as well. Although we got a Stonecoil Serpent, I don't want to risk a board wipe though. So let's play the Cemetery, play the Rishkar, put counters on both of these, and go ahead and attack him for 4. We'll be taking some damage next turn just because he's gonna attack with the Gatebreaker Ram. And it's gonna be hard to attack past that after that, but we could draw into a Fatal Push. Not a Fatal Push, we could draw into a the Hydra, Voracious Hydra, which could be a great removal in this case. Go into attacks and attacking with the Gatebreaker as a 4/4. I do want to try to get rid of it with the Rishkar. It seems like a decent trade before he dropped his land. See if he has some sort of a pump or similar. I don't think this deck has a leisure to run any pump spells here. And if he had a gate, he should have dropped it before. It's weird that he's playing this in a Yorion shell, since majority of interesting enter the battlefield effects is on the lands. And I think Yorion doesn't trigger lands. You cannot flicker lands here, so it's a weird sort of maybe testing brew or casual brew. Seems like he has a pump. Oh, it's a growth spiral. So he's gonna look for a gate. Makes sense. If he gets a gate drop, well, we're gonna lose Rishkar. Yeah. We're losing Rishkar here. We're also taking 1 here as well. Yet another gate, so he had a gate in hand. So the plan for the next turn would be playing a Wine Constructor into Walk-in Ballista. Okay. Got a Scavenge News. Doesn't help us here though. So let's play Forest into a Wine Constructor. Into a Ballista here. We could try to attack here. But I think I'm not gonna attack. Just gonna pass. Cards I want to see. Well, I guess I want to see. I would like to see Ozil here. Ability to block and then put counters on Ballista is great. Tap in 4. Potentially a giant. Oh, Brink to Light. Interesting. So 3 colors. Extinction event. Oof, that's rough. Definitely gonna be an odd. So we're gonna lose all of these and he's gonna keep his Gatebreaker. That's kinda rough. Taking 6 here as well. Got a Pelt Collector. Well, I guess we're aiming for good top decks here. Maybe a Nissa. As long as he doesn't have another board wipe. Circuitous route, so he's gonna grab more lands. We're gonna take more damage here. Definitely gotta bring some Assassin's Trophies, maybe Fatal pushes in. We can 8 here down to 5. It's close to lethal. Gotta set up some blocks, I guess. Another circuitous route, so that's 2 more lands. The ramp's gonna be a 10-10. So I have to set up a triple block here. Pretty scary. A single ram has been quite a threat. It's 11-11. Still should be able to do it with 3 blocks. The question becomes, what exactly do I want to block with? Since if I block Avatar, Pelt Collector, Scavenging Ooze, I'm going to lose all of these. Blocking with Pelt Collector, Stone Coil, Avatar would leave me the Scavenging Ooze, which is what I'm aiming for. And that's still enough to kill his ram. He's attacking with the ram, so let's block, block, and block. This leaves us the ability to potentially get 5 more life and 5 counters on Scavenging Ooze. I think he shouldn't be attacking yet. Alright, that was a poor trade on our side, I guess, but at least we survive. Alright, well, we can drop this tapped. I am gonna grab the ram here. My own Pelt Collector. Stone Cold Serpent. I guess Avatar. And a Walker Ballista too. Gotta put some pressure, plus we get in life here as well, so might as well attack with 8. 2-turn clock. As a blocker, he might block. Then we have another target for the Scavenging Ooze. has a real decision to make if he wants to block with the Rejuvenate or not yet. It also depends what are the two cards in his hand. And he might get Yorion as well on the field. Yorion could be potentially game ending, since it's a flyer. We really don't have a creature with reach right now. I guess what I don't want to see right now would be Hardened Scales or the Wine Constructor. I will gladly take the Voracious Hydra though. Avatar could be okay. Not that I'm gonna play it yet though. Seems like opponent is having issues with his internet connection. Hopefully he has not left the game. Okay, so opponent is setting up blocks. We're not dealing damage this turn. I have one more target for Scavenger Ooze, but if he has the board wipe and Gates of Blades, it should clear the Scavenger Ooze though here. It's a lot of mana. Bring to light. Searching for goals, that would be awesome. That means he doesn't have a board ID yet, but he found the Gates of Blaze. So plays the Gates of Blaze. We're losing the Scavenger Ooze here. And the Growth Spiral. No land, so that means opponent's gotten some other card, another Growth Spiral. Plaza of Harmony going up to 19, crazy. Ton of lands. And we got a land. Well, that's not good. Where are Thoughtseizes at? Deathrite Shaman. Puts Yorion in hand. Plays the Yorion. Nothing to flicker though. It's still a card to be a threat. It's a 2-turn clock for us right now. Not sure if we can get out of it anyhow. Yeah, Experiment 1 is not gonna do anything useful for us here. So we've taken 5 this turn, down to 4. And he has granted too. He has ramped himself to a pretty good position right now. And being able to grant it should close the game for him. Definitely want to bring the Assassin's Trophy here. Seeing that he plays a lot of Guild Gates, I don't think he's playing any basic lands. So Assassin's Trophy is a win-win for us. Emergent Ultimatum. That's great. So Extinction Event, Gates of Blaze, and Circuitous Route. Not sure what that does to him. Oh, he's searching in a library. Never mind. I thought it was the Graveyard Ultimatum, but this one is the Search Your Library. So Bring to Light and other cards are probably going to be the targets. Alright, so we got Omniscience. Omniscience, Circuitous Route, Kiora, Best the Sea God, and the Gatebreaker M. Interesting. I'm gonna grab the Kiora Best the Sea God and cast Omniscience and Circuitous Route. He has enough lands to do anything he wants anyways, so this is not really anything significant for him here. And getting even more lands is also kind of pointless. Can't win here, but I will still stick around to see maybe other cards, if he has any. This is probably 100% chance that we're not gonna see this deck in the league tomorrow. So if opponent is not coming back anytime soon, I think it's worth just considering going to the sideboard, not to waste any time, since we want to see reflective matches from the competitive meta here. Let's add the Fatal Pushes and Assassin's Trophies. These gotta come in when we play on the when we're on the play. So we bring this in, we gotta drop 5 here. Could bring in Golgari Charms as well, although that targets, we're only gonna use one side of this anyways. I'll drop Ozlet though. Yes, you can do Gates Ablaze, you can do Extinction Event, but if we are fast enough, this should substitute nicely. And I'll drop one Voracious Hydra, we bring in more removal in with these, and taking out the Ozlet Voracious Hydra is not going to be that good. Maybe even drop all of these and drop one Nissa, or keep one Voracious Hydra and drop both Nissas. So we are on a play here, hoping for a really good hand with Experiment 1 of Pellet Collector and the Snake here. The Constrictor, I mean. And maybe some other threat like an Avatar of the Resolute would be also great. Just gotta be fast here. One is definitely having internet issues, so sorry guys that this is taking so long. I'm just being nice here. I don't want to bail the game and make opponent feel bad. Seems like we're doing pretty okay with the list that we have. I'm still not super impressed by Nissas, but in some matchups, like what we've seen on Sunday when we played with Nissa, can be really great against matchups like blue-white control and some other control matchups. Just because it's a planeswalker, it's really hard for them to remove, and if we get these plants on the field that we can put counters on, it's a pretty big threat. Literally, blue-white control would only be able to use their Teferi to tuck our Nissa into our library, and other than that, the only way for him to actually do anything to Nissa would be counter it. So Nissa is a pretty big threat. We got pretty high. We got to the what is it, 7 I think counters on Nissa to be able to ult it on Sunday. But unfortunately, on our next turn when we were about to ult it, before that, on his turn he removed the Nissa, or remove the counters from this or something like that. And we weren't able to do it, but I was really close though. Getting that card advantage, drawing like 5 or 6 cards, and then gaining that much life would be also pretty sick. Puts us ahead of opponent, I guess. So we would have more cards to play than he did. Well, just generally, if I'm going with the aggro, having Nissa in my hand, I would rather prefer having Avatar than Nissa, honestly, on turn 3. So basically, if I go Pelt Collector turn 1, as an example, doesn't matter if it's Experiment 1 or Pelt Collector. Turn 2, I play Wine Constrict, growing either of these to 3. And then next turn, I have a choice between playing a Nissa, which if I play, I get to put 2 counters each on both of these creatures, right? Or I play Avatar, which when it comes in on turn 3, I'm able to put all the way to 4 counters on him, in addition to growing my Pelt Collector. But Avatar only costs 2 mana, so basically at turn 3 I have 3 mana available. I play Avatar after I play something like a Stonecoil Serpent. That's even more impressive, because then I have a 2-drop 2/2 Stonecoil Serpent, in addition to having a huge Avatar with 5 counters on it. So basically that's a setup for pretty much good game for next turn for me, if we don't get a board wipe. And once again, I'm not talking about the matchups against blue-white control and others. I'm talking about matchups like Inverter matchups, in case they don't have board wipe, of course, and my other aggro matchups. This is just essentially, can't do math in my head right now, but that's a lot of presence on the board. Whereas with Nissa, we drop Nissa on turn 3, and we can only attack with these 2 creatures if we decide to put counters on them. Then Nissa is going to -2, right? So she's going to be at 1. Oh yeah, Avatar is super fast in that term. Plus it gives board presence and 1 more creature that is pretty big with trample, in addition to having the reach. I feel like Nissa is situational, that's all I'm saying. It's not great in every single matchup. Whereas Avatar is great, because it does what we should be doing. The aggressive, huge creatures, a lot of counters, coming in as soon as possible, and just costing 2 allows us to play more threats at the same turn. So that's why before today, when I played the same list, the Beaters list, I played with 4 Avatars and didn't play any Nissas, and it wasn't bad. It was pretty good. And right now I added 2 Nissas, just because I have faith in her. I like how she performs in blue-white, but there is a chance I'm just going to move it to sideboard at that pace. Just because I don't really see that it acts faster in other matchups. Even against blue-white control, me dropping Avatar could be a good game if I do it fast enough. Right now I'm sitting at 3 Avatars and 2 Nissas, and we haven't seen Nissa even drop yet, and I didn't really need her. But depending on how she performs today, that's going to be a decider for me if I'm going to include her for tomorrow's league or not. Two Llanowar Waste, Pelt Collector, Scales, Wine Constructor, and 2 Ballistas. Like, that's the hand I would like to see. Even if I have a choice between right now having a Nissa, Ballista, or an Avatar, I would love Avatar more here. And yeah, 2 Ballistas is overkill. I don't really need 2 Ballistas here to win as soon as possible. I would like another threat than Ballista. Like, Nissa is great in the Dork lists. I like Nissa there a lot. But in a list where we don't need to put counters on creatures that are not able to get counters otherwise, like Llanowar Elves and Elvish Mystics, in this case we have creatures that can get counters just because we're playing larger creatures. There's no necessity of playing Nissa here, I think. There are other ways to be able to get where we're getting in a more efficient way, by playing Avatars, playing huge Hydras. Seems like we were playing against Abzan I think this probably Abzan, Zoo, Abzan, good stuff and stuff like that. Second hardened scales. I don't see a need to rush here. Turned out to be a slow hand just because we drew another hardened scales. But it could be explosive a turn after just by playing Wayne Constrictor. It's gonna put 4 counters on Pelt Collector, so you can attack for 5. Unless the Pelt Collector is gonna get removed. So it's not Abzan, it's Naya. So Goblin Rebel Master, we're gonna take 1 here. Could play Ballista next turn to kill Rebel Master here. I really don't want this to stick around. Let's go ahead and see if he blocks. Which I doubt. I'm gonna get rid of that right away, since at combat he's gonna make another goblin. I don't want it to happen. I need another land though. It's always a problem with being stuck on 2 lands with beaters. 50% of the time, that's what happens. But us removing the Goblin Rebel Master was... yeah, it could be Winota. I've seen that around as well. Quite a lot of people are running Winota right now. Seems like a potential combo, especially if it can turn into huge big threats pretty quickly. It turns the tide of the battle really good if you get to attack with at least 2 creatures that are not humans. On that side, we could play Thoughtseize, of course, on turn on the game 2 here, and I don't see any playing Duress. Could play Fatal Pushes maybe. And if it is Winota, we can play Golgari Charms to clear the 1/1s. But if it's not, the Golgari Charm is gonna feel pretty bad, and I might actually not include that. This should be fine, the way it looks. Like at this point, if I look at the deck and decide what I want to remove here to include these cards, like the first thing I'm looking at is Nissa. Like I don't really want her in this matchup. Like this is the prime target for me out of all the other cards to remove, because if I remove something else, it's going to slow me down a lot. Removing Nissa potentially even speeds me up a lot. So I'm not sure. Like Stonecoil Serpents are also weak here, I think, because we're not seeing flyers, we're not seeing a lot of multicolored cards. So Stonecoils could go here. And I'm pretty ready to drop the Nissas. I want my Voracious Hydras here. I want the Walking Ballistas, of course. I want the maybe Azalet. Azalet I don't want. I want the Scavenging Oozes, maybe not. Okay, so let's leave Nissa. I'll drop the Azalets. We'll leave the Scavenging Oozes in. Yeah, let's just go this way. Since we're not playing Hangerback Walker, there is a little payoff from the Azalet. And it's mainly there for blue-white matchups and other control matchups. 2 Thoughtseizes. Well, that's surely gonna be a keep. We're off to a good start. We got double green if needed. We got a black source for Thoughtseize. So I think we're pretty good with this. I guess we're gonna find out right now if he's playing Winota or not. Like, if I would be playing Winota, I would probably be looking to get in my hand with aggressive mulligans. So top land. Nothing on turn 1. We got another Voracious Hydra. A lot of removal. I like this. Let's Thought Seize him. See what he has. Yeah, this is definitely a Winota deck. Double Winota. That's funny. So you can use 2 Thought Seizes to get rid of that, and Voracious Hydra is gonna eat Goblin Rebel Master before he can do Eldritch Evolution, hopefully. Don't want to leave Winota in his hand though, so definitely not. Not gonna use Thoughtseize next turn. The plan is gonna be playing Forest into a Winding Constructor so that we can set up Voracious Hydra for turn 3. Alright, so top plan, no turn 2 play. We got a Fatal Push. Okay. Let's see, so if we play a Winding Constructor right now, and we miss on the land drop, that's going to be sad, since he's going to be able to play Winota on turn 4. If he has the lands for it. It's worth taking the risk here. Since I want my Voracious Hydra to come in as a 2-3 to get rid of the Goblin Rebel Master here. And it seems like he missed his land drop here, so that's a bonus for us. We got an Overgrown Tomb, which I think is gonna enter untapped here. And I want to Thoughtseize him as well. So we're going to 14, pretty risky position to be in. 3 Goblin Rebel Masters. That's nasty. That's just nasty. Have a decision to make here, to grab Winota or to grab Eldritch Evolution. Evolution potentially can turn a Rebel Master into Winota. And I don't want that to happen. X is 2 plus sacrificed. Oh, it's not gonna turn to Winota, it's gonna turn something as a 5-drop. Alright, let's grab Winota. So he's sitting with 3 Rebel Masters. I could... Fatal Push doesn't really do much here, but I'm debating whether I want to attack even here. If he grabs a land next turn, he's going to be able to attack with the Goblin. So we're going to take 1 there. But if he doesn't grab a land... Lano Elves. Okay, so I'm glad that I kept this Fatal Push. That's a great target for that. Got a Lano Waste. That's nice. I could play Voracious Hydra, double the counters, and we have pretty solid start to deal with him. Then we have another one just in case to start removing his stuff. So double the counters, it becomes a 7-8. And we attack right now for 2, so even if he drops the Rebel Master, we are not going to take that 1 damage because we're going to be able to block with the Voracious Hydra, and next turn we can attack for a lot of damage. Basically 9 damage puts him at 2-turn clock. We got it. That was decent. I'm glad that you mentioned Winota, because I didn't even think about it. And that was quite a good call, since cap the 2 Thought Seizes, and I think that was the reason why we won here. Just the Thoughtseizes grabbing these Winotas is the reason we won. Alright, let's play one more. Still haven't seen Nissa. Oh yeah, I had a arena brawl deck with Winota, but then they banned Winota from the brawl format, and I was thinking to create a EDH deck with Winota too. Just so fun. And I played with the EDH deck on tap a little bit just to test it out, and it just seems really good. Like being able on turn 4 to drop the Winota in and just get all these super powered humans on a board is just absolutely insane. No, it's a great card. I'm glad they printed that, especially in Boros colors. That's what it needed. Like, I would take Pelt Collector or the Experiment one here instead of this any day, and that would be fantastic hand here. Just otherwise, this looks very slow. Like, look at this. No Nissa here, and this is just great, fantastic. But now I have to drop one card, and we have a tap land, and it's not as great anymore. But I do have to keep this, otherwise I'm dropping to 5, and there is a potential I'm not even seeing 2 lands there, so... This is gonna be some rough thing. Yeah, symmetries in this specific list is not great. I've played without them before, but it's not hurting you, and as long as you don't draw 2 in your open hand, I guess it's not as bad, you know? Once in a while I do get this situation. It's pretty bad. It feels bad. It's just the hand overall looks super strong, if not for that stupid symmetry. Elvish Mystic. Great. Drawing on the land, potentially untap land, would be fantastic here. If not for this. I'm assuming this is another Naya, probably Winota as well. Legion Warboss. Taking 1 here and hoping to get a land. Ooh, that's a land. Llanowar Elf, so no Winota. That's good. Arishan Foremost. That's definitely a Winota deck. Seeing as he's playing humans, for sure. Doesn't have any other warriors right now, okay. So he makes another goblin. Goes to combat. Has to attack with this one. Let's block it. And then next turn we can play Ballista, I guess. Alt Collector. Let's see, if we play Ballista, not gonna be able to remove Winota, but I would be able to potentially kill Legion Warboss or the Goblin and keep Ballista. It's not great, but we get Felt Collector to 3. And we can actually attack here as well. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 triggers for Winota if he draws it. How many blockers do I want to leave behind? Well, double strike Arishan is pretty scary. I want to block the war boss, I want to block the goblin that's going to be attacking. Potentially another goblin. I want to leave the constructor behind. I'm going to attack just with the experiment ones. Pass the turn. We got it. He didn't draw the Winota here. And knowing that he has Winota in his deck, Thoughtseize is for sure coming in. I want to put the Fatal Pushes in, Assassin's Trophies in. That's about it. And same thing, dropping out the Ozolits. 1 Hydra. And probably gonna drop the Oozes here. Yeah, and this has to go. Like, I don't see Nissa doing anything great in this matchup being on the draw. Absolutely nothing. Creates 0/1s that cannot really help us out by removing his creatures. Nissa has to go. Now I'm hoping for a Thoughtseize and an opening hand. That's finding 2 Winota decks in a row. That's great. Oh, that's what I call a great hand. 2 Overgrown Tombs and 2 Woodland Cemeteries. Alright, Fatal Push, no Thoughtseize, 4 lands, Stoneclaw Serpent. It's kind of a weak hand to keep. Could be worse. Guess we're gonna keep this. We have Fatal Push just in case. That's a pretty Gilded Goose. Gilded Goose turn 1. An Experiment 1. Play the Experiment 1. Next turn we can play Pelt Collector and keep the Fatal Push in hand. Or something problematic like a Goblin Generator or something like that. Voice of Resurgence. Okay. And a Walking Ballista. Really nice. Guess no attacks here. This is gonna make an elemental if I keep the Fatal Push on his turn. And I don't think I want to do that. So maybe just killing the Gilded Goose could be an option here. And we want to do it in main stop. Like, I can deal with this with Ballista. Stomping Ground on top, so he has a 3-drop. Legion Warboss. Okay. Gotta get the Thoughtseize now. That's a ton of Woodland Cemeteries here though. Okay. Well, it's gonna be Winota next turn. Can't do anything about that, unfortunately. Or not. He missed the land drop. Eldritch Evolution. Now he can grab Winota. Okay. So that's gonna be 3 triggers for Winota. Fun. That was a miss. He got an Arishan. Second Arishan. Okay. And Mentor and a Goblin. Alright, block. So we gotta kill the War Boss. I think I want to get rid of the both Goblins. Make sure this goes down a little bit. And Arishans, that's gonna be great. Oh. Alright. Damage. We're down to 9. Hardened skills. Late to the party. Very late. So we could play Ballista here. Kill one of the Arishans, I guess. Still gonna be able to block the Elemental with a Stoneclaw Serpent. Not kill it, but at least block it. Oh, Winota. Doesn't really matter. Unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to get the Belt Collector to grow, so I think I'm just gonna pass here. See what happens. Kind of behind already. And has another War Boss. That's obnoxious. Jeez. That's lethal as far as I'm concerned. Alright, let's go to sideboard. Going first, I want to keep this the way it is. But, wow. It's very hard to play against that deck. And if we don't have removal for Winota, it's pretty hard. There's our removal for Winota, and we have not really anything influential on turn 1. I'm just hoping we're not gonna draw another land. The mulligan is down to 6. That's a great chance for us to Thoughtseize. Down to 5. Oh, I feel bad for him. I'm not gonna do Thoughtseize in turn 1. There's no reason to do that. Alright, Blooming Marsh, Hardened Skills. Pass the turn. I wonder if he found the Winota yet or not. It's a Sacred Foundry tapped. Not a great start for him either. That's another land. Well, let's play the Wine Constructor. Pass the turn. Getting a Ballista now is also pretty good. Voice of Resurgence. And yet another land. Why am I not surprised? Goblin Rabblemaster, Legion Warboss, and an Eldritch Evolution. Guess I gotta deny the Winota from him. At least try to do that. No attacks, cannot attack, because otherwise he's gonna attack me back with a voice. And then him playing the Goblin Generator means that I have to block the goblins. Avatar? Not great. And this is one of the cases when this is not great. When drawing 6 lands. 2 lands in a row. Unbelievable. Gotta love when this deck just doesn't like you at all. Have to play this because he's gonna play his other Goblin Generator next turn, and I have to be able to block those goblins. There's a Legion Warboss. So makes 2 goblins. I don't know if he's on the side to attack with Rabblemaster. If he is, then I'm just gonna trade with the Goblin Rabblemaster. So it's not 2. Let's just block those for now. Got a Fatal Push. Not bad. I want the Ballista here though. Fatal Push. Can't really use it on his turn though. Or I use the Fatal Push and a Voice of Resurgence right now. Which is not ideal. Not nearly ideal. I'd rather keep the Fatal Push in case we draw Ballista. And then I'm gonna be able to push Winota if he drops one, or push Rabblemaster or Warboss. Eldritch Evolution. Well, isn't that bad. Well, we're gonna see Winota right now with 4 triggers. Not nearly ideal. We're gonna be able to push her though. Trigger, miss, trigger. Hilarious. Trigger, erection foremost, and not the murder. Oh my god. Yeah, well, thanks deck for drawing the lands when I needed the most. Really appreciate it. Very nice of you. That's gotta be game. These two alone already deal like 16 damage or something like that. Or each one deals 16 damage. In addition to having another Winota attacking here, I mean... Let's just not block and see how much damage it is. Just because why not? Well, that's 70 damage. That's fantastic. Why not? Okay. So. Do I want to adjust anything? Yes, I want to take out these. So badly. Not even joking. Well, I haven't seen a lot of graveyard action. Maybe I should have put in some Assassin's Trophies against Winota. Next time I'll play Winota, that's probably what I'm gonna do. Just put in Assassin's Trophies in there. And hopefully those will be enough to deal with Winota. Alright, got another game. And we're going second in this one. Dr. Hole. Three lands. Scales, Constrictor, Ballista. Very odd hand to keep. Going second, I'm keeping this one. Could prove to be a very slow hand though. Breeding Pool. Arboreal Grazer. So that's a Lotus Breach deck. And with the start he had already, I say we kinda screwed. And not really much we can do at this point. But who knows? What if he doesn't have Lotus Field in his hand? What are the chances of that? 0 to none. Shimmer of Possibility. Oh, he should have the Lotus Breach in his hand. Lotus Field, my bad. Blast Zone. Things don't get better. Blast Zone is great, although it's only gonna kill the hardened scales here. If he decides to go to 2, well then we just play Stone Cold and work around it. Hey Delior, how are you doing? Hope everything is great. I'm playing Lotus field right now. Kind of kept a questionable hand, and if you play against Lotus field, keeping questionable hands is definitely not an option. 2 Thespian stages. Pops the Blast Zone. Interesting. Kills his own creature just to kill the Hardened Scales. That's fun. And yeah, I'm good too. Yeah, we're doing pretty fine. Debating right now whether we should keep Nisses in the board or just take them out completely. And overall we had decent matches. We had 2 Winota matches in a row, which is pretty interesting. Seems like a lot of people are playing that lately. Alright, how do I speed this up? Okay, I gotta play Stone Cold Serpent here so that next turn I can play Ballista and Avatar. Although, I'm not sure why he's not utilizing this time to actually win on spot. Should have looked for his Lotus field already, played it. Strategic plan. Seems like he cannot find it, which is great for us. If he finds it right now, there it is. Sacrifices both of these. Now we get 1 more turn, which is not nearly enough. If only we had slightly faster hand, everything would be different. Okay, so we have 7 on board, down to 9. And we can play Ballista for 4 more. It's close at 13 damage, but not yet enough to do enough. That's not good. Let's just hope he bricks on his draws, which I highly doubt. Although he cannot use this time to copy his Thespian stage. If he does, he is not going to be able to do much here. Shimmer, and now the untapping starts, I guess. I would love him to see 4 lands in his top 4. That would be great. Vizier. And another Shimmer. Oh, he's at 1 land, 1 mana. He needs a land right now. An untapped land. And hopefully he has something else in hand, and that's should give him the win. But I think he bricked on lands. He didn't draw enough lands. He needed another land to actually keep it going. Alright, that was kind of lucky. I can't really say that this was straight up win, clear win, and so forth. I think we just got lucky. He was really unlucky with getting Lotus field late. Okay, so we're on the draw now. This is the hardest part of the Lotus Breach matchup. On the draw we can bring the Thought Seizes, but there are not really that many targets for the Thought Seizes in the deck. We could get the Assassin's Trophies to try to kill his Thespian stages. I like that idea, since when he tries to copy the Lotus field and we Assassin's Trophy his Thespian stage, that's usually pretty strong. Maybe bring these in and dampen spheres for sure. This is the main reason why we win against a deck like that. And stuff that we're going to be dropping, Voracious Hydras are going to be out, Ocelots are going to be out. And this matchup, that's probably one of those matchups that I actually like Nissa's. It's not necessary, but I actually like it. Being able to pump the team on that turn 4 or whatever we draw it is okay in this case. Stone Cold, maybe drop the Scavenger Ooze here. Drop one more, bring the Hydra back. And the rest is gonna stay as it is. Being on a draw against this deck is pretty difficult to do. Try our best. Two Stone Colds, Winding Constrictor, Rishkar, and Avatar. I'll keep it. I guess I would be happy to draw a Pelt Collector or Experiment 1. This would guarantee me to play Pelt Collector turn 1, Blind Constructor turn 2. Hopefully by the time we draw a land and we can hit a either Rishkar or Stone Cold Serpent. And then turn after that is going to be Avatar, and that should be game. One is down to 6. It seems like his hand is not impressive either. So I'm guessing he's going to mulligan one more time. Or risk and play with what he has. Take his time to think. I'm guessing it's one of those hands with 3 Lotus fields in hand. It's kind of weird that he has 60 cards in deck and 7 in hand. I'm guessing that he messed up his sideboard and he didn't take out the cards from the main board. Mulligan's down to 5 and keeps the 5. Okay. I think he messed up. Didn't notice what it was last game, but this feels odd. So Arboreal Razor. And the second land drop, Temple of Mystery. Alright, so that means he might have the Lotus field next. Very fast start, especially after going down to 5. Play a Bloomin' Marsh. Could play the Stone Cold Serpent right now. Which I think I do. Just so that Avatar later on can get more counters. Alright, so now it should be 2 and then Lotus Field. Satyr Wayfinder. There is a Lotus Field, Thespian Stage, and 2 Hidden Shrinks. Ooh. So he's got the Thespian stage. Okie, so he has the Lotus Field in hand, most probably. Otherwise, I'm gonna question his choices. Alright, let's see what our draw is. Experiment 1. Late to the party, man. Very late. Well, gotta play the Forest. I could play Experiment 1 here. Although Wine Constructor is a better choice. If we play Experiment 1 next turn, we can play Stone Cold in addition to it, followed by Rushkar after that. Can attack. This is quite a stone wall for us for now. The order the cards came in was not great. It's been the opposite. There's the Lotus Field, and he can copy the Lotus Field with the Thespian stage. I would love to see the Dampened Sphere next. That would be endgame for him. Overgrown Tomb. So we can play Forest into Rishkar, I guess. Just to start getting some damage through, I guess. This is a really good game. Like, if he has Hidden Shrinks or the Vizier or anything else, this should be the end of the game already. Well, I could play it on Stone Cold Serpent so that it attacks. I could play it on the Winden Constrictor, although it can attack even without those. I am missing out on one counter when I'm gonna play Stone Cold Serpent, but it's okay. Attack for 7. Set up both blocks. He's still gonna be at 18. Next turn we drop Experiment 1 into Stone Coil, into Avatar. Anger of the Gods. Ugh. Sheltered Thicket. Alright. Thoughtseize. I don't think I want a Thoughtseize right now. Like, totally not. I think I want to maximize my chances to win here. So we'll go Experiment 1. If he did draw anything influential here, there is a chance that he can combo off next turn. If we grab it with the Thoughtseize, this might be a pretty good solution for us to hold on for a turn more. Let's see, if I attack right now, it's going to be down to 14. Stone Cold Serpent coming in as a 3/3. Experiment 1 going to be also at 3/3. So next turn we can attack for 10. Brings them down to 4. But next turn we're also going to play Avatar, which is going to grow Experiment 1 by 2 more counters. It's going to be pretty close, but not enough. Instead, if we play Stone Cold Serpent right now and Avatar right now, and then we draw either another Avatar or Nissa or anything else, could be better. Alright, fine. Stone Cold for 2. With the Blast Zone, he can hit only one of these creatures, and if he hits Experiment 1, I can regenerate it always. That was a good hit. Not the one that enables him to do the combo, but at least we got rid of the blocker. That's decent. That's an interesting match. I'm actually enjoying this right now a lot. This is reflective of how majority of the league games go against Lotus Breach. Alrighty, enjoy your dinner. Hope you enjoy your food. And don't forget, next stream is going to be tomorrow, and we're going to play League at the same time. Alrighty, pass turn. See what opponent drew. Hope he drew another Lotus Field. 3 greens, that seems like a Sylvan Scrying. Okay, he can scry for another Sheltered Thicket or another Cycle Land, doesn't matter. And that could give him enough to draw something good. Oh, he got Blast Zone, okay. Well, he's trying to blast me up, I guess. Puts counters on Blast Zones, I guess. It's a smart thing to do. Up this one to 2. Being able to hit the Wine Constrictor. And this one will stay at 1. Alright. That's okay. Let's see what we draw right now. Nissa would be great here. Like, this is the only matchup where I'm happy to see Nissa. I guess Nissa or even Dampened Sphere would be fantastic here. Not Forest. I don't want Forest here. Alright, well, we get this. We get to attack him for down to 2. Still get to keep this, as long as he doesn't draw anything else big and huge and scary. And he can potentially blow up both Avatar and Wine Constrictor, but we can protect Experiment 1 by regeneration. All depends what he drew right now, literally. 3 blue means he draw some kind of combo piece here. Vizier. Okay. He's in a top deck mode right now. And we got it. Seems like he drew either another land or something that's not going to help him. So we got this game that was pretty good. Do like how it turned out. Let's go ahead and start another one right away. I think we're gonna do this one, and that's gonna be the last game for today. So we're going first. Overgrown Tomb. Double Tomb race. We got a Stone Cold Serpent, a Ballista, and a Constrictor. Going first, this is not great, but it's not terrible either. I'm guessing I'm gonna keep this. Play Serpent on turn 1, turn 2 Wine Constrictor, turn 3 Serpent. If you're questioning my choice, why did I play Tomb, pay 2 life for that, instead of playing Llanowar Waste and not paying life at all? The reason is because I'm lined up for a Constrictor that needs 2 colored sources. So me playing Tomb, paying 2 life for it right now, followed possibly by Llanowar Waste next turn, overall is going to result in less life. I think. I might be wrong. Recently someone on YouTube pointed to me out that I'm doing a lot of mistakes, in particular missed counter triggers, but I'm pretty sure MTGO automatically takes care of the counters here, so I'm not really sure what was that about. So if you are watching this on YouTube, whoever commented that, please point it out to me. I would be happy to learn. Knight of the Aberrant Legion. Seems like we were playing either vampires or mono black. Mono black being the more probable one. Voracious Hydra. So we cannot attack past that, unfortunately. And next turn we have a choice of playing possibly a Ballista that can maybe kill Knight, or play Voracious Hydra that will definitely kill Knight, as long as the Constrictor survives. There's a Fatal Push. Taking 1 here. Bloom and March. Well, Hydra is not an option for now at all. Could play the Serpent here. And Hydra next turn. This is going to be pretty difficult to win. Having 2 Stone Calls, and he probably has a solution for both of those since he's in mono black. In addition to dealing around a ton of damage to us here. If I block with a Stone Call is gonna die. He's not gonna play anything else, and I'll be able to get rid of the Knight with the Voracious Hydra. If I don't block, I will not be able to get rid of Knight anymore because he's gonna get a counter. So I'm in a tough position where I have to do a trade essentially to make sure Knight of the Ebon Legion leaves out of the field. And I really don't want him to grow anymore, so I think this is the only option. Maybe it was smart to keep this untapped so that I can block with it. Got an avatar. Can't really test my luck by playing Voracious Hydra and doubling the counters because he has a ton of removal in his deck since he's playing black. At least he should. So I have to try and remove his threats while I'm attacking him. Gifted Aetherborn. And another one. Got a Scavenge News, which I could play. Start putting counters on it. Get some life as a result as well. Cannot attack past that, unfortunately, and he's gonna get life from both of these Aetherborns. So it all comes down to whether he wants to attack right now or not. Kalitas, oof. That's even worse for us, because he can now remove our creatures and make zombies out of it. And the creature's gonna be exiled too. So let's see the attacks. No attacks. Can I exile that? Got another Stone Cold Serpent. Should have gotten some form of Hardened Scales right now, but unfortunately I did not. And that makes my job removing Kalitas much more difficult. So I have to keep at least one creature that is able to block Kalitas here. Whether it's going to be Scavenging Ooze or Stone Cold Serpent. So opponent is going to combat. Seems like he's attacking with a Gifted Aetherborn, which we're gonna have to take. There's a Knight of the Ebon Legion. She's gonna be growing every time he attacks with both of these. We got a Voracious Hydra. Which could potentially remove Knight of the Ebon Legion here. And I can't use it quite yet to remove Kalitas. Could also play Avatar here. Guess I have to keep his board in control here. Oh, I forgot he can pump it up. My bad. Oh, this is stupid. My bad. Unfortunately, I forgot that. It doesn't have to be summoning sick. My bad. Well, we were far back anyway, so with the Kalitas on the board, it was pretty hard for us to win just because of the life he's getting back and the fact that we cannot even utilize our scavenging moves effectively. Well, Fatal Push is definitely going to come in, just because I want to make sure all of those small threats are not pressurizing us. We could play with the Thought Seizes, maybe, but just because I'm on a play, I don't really want to utilize the Thought Seizes yet. Assassin's Trophy is okay. And as for what we're gonna remove, like I said before, Serpents are pretty weak in this matchup. And definitely want to keep the Ozolets here. And Nissa should be pretty good here as well. I'm gonna play first here. We got two Nissas. We got the Ozelet and we got the Walking Ballista. It's a weird hand to keep, but I'll keep it. If he Thought Seizes us on his turn 1, he's probably gonna grab Ballista. He went down to 6 cards though. Alright, so play Bloomin' Marsh, play Ozolith. Pass the turn. He plays a Swamp, plays a Thoughtseize, grabs the Ballista. I guess not. That's nice. Got a Rishkar. I'll play Forest, I'll play the Ballista. Pass the turn. Got a Mutable. I'm guessing that's it. Alright. Got an Experiment 1. Which I don't want to really play with right now yet. So we're gonna play Overgrown Tomb, pay life for that. And I know, matter of fact, he's keeping a removal spell, so playing Rishkar, putting counters on Ballista doesn't really work here. So instead we're gonna start playing with Nissa since it cannot be pressured yet. Maybe by Immutable, but I'm gonna make a plan to block. Cannot attack because he has the Mutable, so we're just gonna pass. See if he does Fatal Push it and stop. Maybe I was wrong, maybe he was keeping a land up for the Mutable. And if he doesn't have removal, that seems very good. Swift and the Nissa. Very nice. Doesn't know yet that we have another one. And another Ballista. Might want to play Rishkar here though. Not yet. I'm gonna wait for a Scales effect to utilize Rishkar to the full potential. And I think I'm just gonna make another plant here, even if he has another Murderous Rider. I guess it's fine. Fourth swamp. Yeah, he has another Swift hand. Seems decent. Now we go to our turn. We got a Hardened Scales. So let's play the Hardened Scales. We'll play the Ballista. And we will attack him for one more time. Then next turn we can play Rishkar and put counters on both Ballistas potentially, or put them on plants. It all depends if he's gonna play these guys. I'd like to draw a land, this way we would get Experiment 1, put counters on him as well. Okay, he plays the Murderous Rider. Got the land, but not the correct one, unfortunately. So this is gonna come in and come in tapped, and I'm still gonna play Rishkar here, as we can hold on to Experiment 1 and potentially up the Ballista next turn. Alright, the counters from the Rishkar I'm gonna go on the Ballistas, of course. This way we can both attack and potentially kill Murderous Rider if we need to. Could have put the counters on the plants. This way I could have had potentially 8 mana to pump Ballista twice or both Ballistas once. Maybe that was a better line of play, but I would like to go aggressive here and try to get some damage through right now before he puts out Kalitas and other big threats. Seems like he's gonna not block, I guess. He's taking 7 here. And this seems like we could get a good game here already? Maybe? Well, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna try to see if it's gonna work. Nice. Seems good. He should have blocked there. Alright, sideboard. Sideboard. Do I want to change anything here? Being on the draw, I think I want to put the Thought Seizes in. Make sure to get rid of the Kalitas and other problematic ones. And as for the creatures, I will probably get rid of the Scavenging Oozes here, just because it's not doing really that much for me here. Alright, so we got an Ozolith, Pelt Collector, Ballista, and a bunch of lands. Looks like we gotta keep this. Plays a Swamp. And it's our turn, we draw another land, as usual. Every time we keep 4 lands, we always draw 2 more on next 2 turns. Every time. Let's play the Blooming Marsh, play the thing that's gonna get pushed right away this turn. Okay, guess not yet. I guess if we can draw another land next turn, it's just going to be a rule not to keep 4 lands because you're going to draw 2 more. Gifted Aetherborn. Assassin's Trophy. Could Assassin's Trophy the Aetherborn right now and deal 1. That's not really efficient yet. Just pass. I'm gonna hold on to the Assassin's Trophy. I don't want to ramp him up yet. Will attack us for 2 here. What did I say? 6 lands. One more time. Once again. I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and attack with the Pelt Collector. He got his 4th land. Goes to combat, swings with the Aetherborn. I'm gonna take it. He definitely has something else to play there, so... Desecration Demon. Okay, well that's a good target for us to remove. I'm glad I kept this behind. Got a Voracious Hydra. Now could be a good time to play the Voracious Hydra and I guess double the counters. So that we can potentially block the Aetherborn. It's going to place another counter on the Pelt Collector. And we might be even able to put those counters on the Pelt Collector after that on Ballista. Either one is going to work. So let's go to combat and hit him for 2. So he has another cartridge. He's gonna put the Desecration Demon on top of his library. And he has another one in his hand. Okay. Not planning to sacrifice. He's gonna stay untapped. Go into combat. And opponent is not attacking. We are drawing Overgrown Tomb here. Ton of lands. That's 7 lands already. And we're just on turn 5. Quite too many lands. Could play the Ballista here and attack with a Hydra, which doesn't really make sense, I guess. Or we can sack the Hydra next turn. Also, it's not really that good. Let's just pass the turn. This is going to be quite annoying. Let's say no. Next turn he's going to play yet another one. So I'm guessing I'm just going to have to hope to kill it using Ballista somehow. Maybe draw Scales or something. There's a push, I'm guessing. 2. There was a fatal push. So we get a counter on the Pellet Collector and we get a counter on the Ozolite. Actually 4 counters on Ozolite. So we can potentially kill one of the demons next turn. Gonna take 6 here, down to 10 if he attacks with an Aetherborn. We're gonna block it with a Pellet Collector. Place the other demon. Got a Thoughtseize. This would be great to turn earlier where we could have gotten this other demon in there. Got a Heartless Act. Well, that's not great. And I think this is going to be a good game. Just because even if we put a counter on Ballista, still cannot really do much there. We could get rid of Aetherborn. He has 2 demons to attack us with flying next turn. And we are already at 10, so that's not good. And he had another blind in his hand, so turn earlier would be fantastic to have the Thoughtseize. Get rid of this demon. He still would have killed Ballista, we would have another turn to survive. Oh well. It's a good game. Could have also sacrificed my Pellet Collector to make sure one of the demons doesn't attack, but that just delays the inevitable win from the opponent. I guess he got really lucky with drawing those 2 demons. Doesn't happen usually. Alrighty, well, that concludes the practice for today. We will do a league tomorrow at 5. I haven't done a league in a while already with the new spoilers. There's going to be a league tomorrow. On Friday, I don't think I'm going to be doing Fridays anymore, just because the LGS around me decides to open up again, so we're going to be doing drafts every Friday there. But instead, I'll add another day, which is going to be a Sunday. And on that day, we're going to be doing practice with the new cards and new archetypes like Abzan and so forth. So if you're interested, make sure to stay for Sunday as well. But I would be very happy to see you all tomorrow. and hopefully we can get some decent matches and decent wins going on tomorrow. And this video will be uploaded later today, and hopefully tomorrow it's gonna get processed by YouTube. Yep, good night, and I hope you guys enjoyed what we did today. Take care, guys.